Oh, yes, hello. Monday, first day of the week. Or is that Sunday? I think it's Sunday, actually. Anyway, yes, day 2 of Tory Party conference. Day 1, yesterday was Liz Truss, big hitter. That was her conference speech, and there's a link down below. You can have a look at it for yourself. Yeah, Liz Truss. Yeah, yeah. What to say about Liz Truss? Eh? Darling of the Tory Party at the moment, because the party has no real form of internal democracy. The only way you can affect get your feelings as a party member known is to vote on something like Conservative Home website as to who's your favourite at the moment. Yeah, I mean, this is a party that lectures people on democracy. Yeah. So yeah, she consistently sort of comes out on top, and that's because before she was foreign secretary, a woman. Before she was foreign secretary, she was signing or re-signing, I should say, trade deals with places like Liechtenstein and the Faroe Islands, which gave her really good press because. Obviously, if you can't actually sort of mention the way that trade has fallen off a cliff with, people 20 miles away, then you have to sort of magically produce results from something out, some little dot out in the Atlantic. Yes, the Faroe Islands is in the North Sea, I know, but nobody knows where it is. Let's face it, you would have put it off South America. Anyway, leaving that aside, yeah. Anyway, she's magically achieved this kind of godlike status in the party because she re-signs trade agreements, which is sort of about as far as it goes for supreme levels of capability in the Conservative Party, I guess. Anyway, yesterday's speech, blah, blah, blah. It really was a blah, blah, blah. One of those, it doesn't really matter what I'm saying as long as I put the word freedom in and slag off Jeremy Corbyn. Have a look for yourself. But I want to focus just on one little bit of it, okay? Because with the Sarah Everard case, for example, there's a lot of women's issues around at the moment. And it's really deeply uncomfortable for the Conservative Party to have to talk about things like women's issues, in the sense of perhaps women don't get the best deal in the world. So I just want to put up here what she said yesterday. On development, I will be focusing on women and girls. I want to make sure girls get a quality education. I want to take on the appalling practice of female genital mutilation, and I will make it my mission to end the abhorrent use of sexual violence in wars around the world. Hooray! Right. Now, I'm going to just post this picture up and let it hang there for just a little bit. We might call those two things words and deeds. Yeah, you're really, really, really concerned about women's development, which is why you're going to target that bit of the budget. Yeah. Now, why would a woman do that? Why would a woman do that? Well, because they're right-wing, you can say that. Yeah, it's just a cheap answer. It's a philosophical answer. I mean, Liz Truss comes from a very sort of upper-middle-class background. She went to Oxford, natch. But her view of power relationships, from her perspective, is that she is an equal, very much so, to her peers. She's probably aware of levels of sexism, but she's able to sort of be in a position of power. Bit of intersectionality here, guys. Sorry about that. But she's in a, sort of middle-class female position of power, whereby for her, she feels that other women should be able to do the same thing. It would not occur to her that a working-class woman would not feel the same comfort around men of power that she probably does. It just wouldn't occur to her. It's not part of her makeup. And, it's one of those things about the Conservative mindset. It doesn't see power relationships on an individual basis at all. We're all equal. You can go and throw raspberries at the Queen if you want, because she's free to throw them back at you. Yeah. It's a deep, I mean, in many ways, from my perspective as a, lefty, it's a deep psychological scar when you cannot see power relationships. And you can see on a wider level, there's, the can bang on about culture wars and wokeism. If you don't see the world that way, it does look like a very odd thing to be concerned about. Well, why can't black people just look after themselves? Yeah, gay people are fine. What's the problem? It's that level of incredulity. Anyway, I better go and do some work. Oh, I don't want to do any work.